Ya, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Rabbi syrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So we will start our lecture today with chapter 2, and inshallah about our about our tutorial. We are going to discuss it in our tutorial class, inshallah. So for this chapter 2, we are going to look for entrepreneurial motivation and competency. So these are the things that we are going to look for. The first one to explain the key entrepreneurial motivation, and second one to explain the competency of successful entrepreneurs. Okay, success of an entrepreneur depend on his willingness to commit to the thing that he does. So meaning to say, uh, for the entrepreneur, the success and the failure of any business depending on the entrepreneur or the owner itself. So if they are able to maintain, to understand and to able to predict what is going to happen and to learn what had been done, the mistake that they have go through, normally they are able to see the success of their business at the end of the day. Second one, entrepreneur with high motivation will pursue entrepreneurial opportunities to entrepreneurial processes. So, meaning to say, those who have high motivation will pursue entrepreneurial opportunities toward entrepreneurial process. So, we are going to look at the whole process of the entrepreneur itself, the entrepreneurial itself, and with that, there's a lot of opportunity as we already covered in chapter 1. We can see that entrepreneurial is about Anis Shazwani, could you please mute yourself? Anis Shazwani, can you mute yourself? Okay. So one should be able to identify his strength and his weaknesses, and therefore motivation play a vital factor in amplifying his strength, so he may be able to survive in the indeterminate environment. Meaning to say, as the entrepreneur, they must understand the strength of and the weaknesses of themselves. They need to understand all the internal factors for the entrepreneurs, and also they need to understand what are the opportunities outside of the business. In the our first chapter, already I mentioned to you that internal factors are all the factors, or internal environment are all the factors that decision making can be made, can be controlled in the business, whereas the what we call things that cannot be controlled classified under external environment. So the external environment, like the technology changes, the political views, changing of the political leaders and so on. So those are under the external environment. So motivation is a process of internal and external enthusiasm and persistent to pursue all effort toward achieving goal to satisfy personal needs. Meaning those who are motivation itself is a process of internal and external enthusiasm. Same like business, internal motivation meaning that all the motivation inside yourself. And the external motivation are the motivation around you. What things around you that make you motivated to do a certain thing. For example, it may come from your friends, it may come from your parent, it may come from your family, it may come from difficulties in life, it may come from the you wanted to make more money, for example. There are you focusing more on doing what you do. So basically it is a process of internal and external enthusiasm and persistence. Enthusiasm mean what you like, and persistent meaning that no matter how hard it is, you will still keep continue doing it. until you are done. At the end of the day, when we say you are done, meaning at the end of the day, you will achieve your goal to certify whatever you need. Entrepreneurial motivation is a process of converting an individual who can create new opportunities to achieve fortune and economic development.
See,
There are still some of students who are not mute.
masuk kelas
Okay.
sekarang.
Okay, entrepreneurial motivation is a process of converting an individual who can create new opportunities to achieve fortune and economic development. So, those who are not motivated normally will not be able to force themselves to do what they need to do. You know, same thing like you. I'm pretty sure that from 140 students in my class, not everybody loves to do selling. Our first assignment is very difficult, and like it or not, you have to do it. So if selling the product come from yourself, meaning that you like to do that, um, it means you already have those internal motivation. But if, for example, you don't like to do it, but you have to do it because to complete or to fulfill the requirement of the individual assignment ENT 300, those are the external factors that force you to do. At the end of the day, you are able to certify your personal need or your goal. Your goal may not be something that you like. Okay. So a true entrepreneur is that people who are able to keep doing and still succeed, even though they are not really like what they are doing. Those are the motivational of entrepreneurs. Okay. Motivation of the entrepreneurs. So that's why, I would like to relate back with your individual assignment. Like I said, please do not complain much because these are the things that we are teaching you in class. At the same time, you have to do it. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure now if I ask you, how do you feel to become entrepreneur? If I say that become the entrepreneur is difficult and you feel difficulties of doing or selling the product, you understand what I mean by entrepreneurial motivation. So now you can understand the content better. So these are some theory from the academic point of view. We have three motivation theories that we are going to bring it here. The first one is Abraham Maslow theory of need. Second one, Herzberg two factor theory. The third one is Douglas McGregor theory X and theory Y. Okay, the reason why I want you to pay attention on this simply because chapter 1 and chapter 7 will be in your test, will be covered in your test. And I would like to remind you again that this semester slide will not be given to student. That's why I will provide you with recording. If you don't have recording, basically you don't have textbook, basically you have no reference at all. How are you going to go for your test? Okay, at minimum, at least I provide you recording, but I encourage you to get your own textbook. Okay, let's move on. So Abraham Maslow's theory of need, it has five main element. The first one is a psychological need. Psychological need mean um the basic need of a human being. For example, food. For example, shelter. Those are the basic need of human being. So if you already have that, we are moving to the second part. Those who are having this, it will move to the second stage. It called the safety or security need, meaning to say you are not only have a house, a shelter, but you have a proper house, meaning that you already upgraded yourself to become a safety and security need. Not only that you have clothes, but you have a decent clothes to cover your body for certain occasion. For example, if you are Muslim, for Salah, you will have the attire for Salah. If for shopping or going to school, You will have another attire to do that. And after that, we also have a social belongingness, love, affiliation need. After we fulfill the first one, second one, come to the third one. The third one, ini for me, this is one of the um something that people need. That's why we need social media so much, especially for your generation. Unfortunately, because of this need also, it's very, very difficult to fulfill, especially if you keep looking for social media. You are looking for example, like, oh, how come these people are better than you? How come they have lots of friends? I don't have friends. How come they can hang around with certain people and I can't? How come they have a good life and I don't have? You know, this kind of social perception and also social belonging is becoming important for generation like you. And this only can happen the moment you fulfill the first one and second one. The first stage and second stage, only you will reach to the social and belongingness, love, affiliation need. But the drastic of this, especially to this new world ataupun in this new era, because majority of people looking for social recognition in which very, very difficult to fulfill. Because of those social recognition, it make you, some people throw themselves into a dark side, you know, where they feel like they are worthless, they have no value, they feel like they have nothing, they feel like they are not pretty enough, they feel like they are not good enough, feeling like you don't have friends. But actually social media itself introducing, I call it the illusion success. The illusion success. So I hope everybody, especially to all my students, you don't have this problem and don't trap yourself into so much of social recognition for the illusion success. Okay, just be yourself and try to understand the need. Try to understand the goal. Try to understand what you want to do in your life. If you are able to do that, basically you will have the happiness inside you. Okay, otherwise, if you keep looking and trying to compare yourself with others and trying to fulfill the social recognition in which no way you can fulfill, you just put yourself into trouble. After that, you will have what I call esteem need. Esteem need meaning that the moment you are having this, you will be happier. Meaning, you are looking for, you will be more stable. Meaning, most likely you will have your own income. You will have the financial independent. You have, you have you can purchase whatever you want, you can go whatever you want, you have a financial freedom, you will have a security freedom, things like that. So basically those are fall the under category of esteem need. The last one is self actualization need. These are the group of people that are looking for something extra, something that probably people don't do it for their own self satisfaction. For example, like why there's a group of people cycling to Mecca to perform Hajj. Why don't you just take a flight like normal people? Why they are putting themselves in so much trouble to cycle from here to Mecca to Haram just to perform Hajj, whereas you have multiple ways, which a lot more easier to do that as compared to others. So those are the things that classified under self-actualization need. So I'm pretty sure everybody will have all of this level. Only that you must be able to understand. Are you having here? Majority of students have here. If you don't have here, if you are not reaching here, that's why you apply for zakat. Okay, that's why you apply for zakat. Dia dah masuk dalam kategori asnaf dulu ni. Okay. And this part normally is a normal majority of students here. Slowly, when you are growing older, your life become more stable. You will have this and this, inshallah. Okay, second theory is the Herzberg two-factor theory. We have what I call the motivator factors and hygiene factors. So, motivator factors, looking for the individual growth and development, recognition for job, achievement, work itself, job advancement and responsibility. Actually, these are the things that what make you wanted to stay in doing whatever you are doing. Even if you are a student, if you're a student now, you should have this. Meaning, why are you here? You should have the mind of individual growth and development. You should be recognized for whatever you are doing. In terms of your assignment, you deserve to have grades. Achievement. How do you feel when you achieve or when you complete your semester at the end of the semester? What do you achieve? What result you have? The work itself for yourself is about the study itself, the environment of the study, internal environment as well as external environment. Job advancement. Of course, the moment you complete your diploma, after this, what will you do? Will you go out for a job? Some probably continue further your study. Some probably opt and just started your own business maybe, or started to find a job probably. And also responsibility. If you have the responsibility on certain thing, ataupun people may say it commitment, your commitment. If you have the commitment and you know you have to fulfill those commitment, it will become a motivation factor for you to strive for your life. So these are the thing in the environment. So a two factor of his work looking for motivation of a personal individual, and also hygiene factors basically refers to the environment of where the individual is working ataupun already in. So in terms of hygiene factor, if you are working, it's about salary and job security, company policy and administration, supervision and work condition, relationship with peer subordinate status and security. So basically, hygiene factor will be different. If we are discussing about entrepreneurs, basically the hygiene factor will be very different. You probably will have this, but the way you see it is different. Because entrepreneur actually is a boss by themselves. Okay? If you say that become the entrepreneur, your salary is not sufficient. Basically, you are the one who don't strive hard enough to make sure that you have enough income. If you say that as the entrepreneur, if you say that you don't like the policy and administration, as you that it is you that have to decide what kind of policy and administration of the business that you want. If you say that in business, in your business supervision and work condition is not good, it's you who don't prepare the environment to have to employ a good supervisors and to improve the work condition. So if you are the entrepreneur, relationship with peers, subordinate status and security and so on, it's you who need to provide this. So basically, the motivation factors for the individual, basically everybody will have this. Everybody will have this. But all the hygiene factors, depending on the environment you are in. I would like to remind students, if possible, try to come and join using university UITM email. Okay, uh, same thing with your Google Classroom. I will start to remove by this week those who join the classroom without using UITM, without using UITM email. Simply because the moment I do your test, it's only for UITM email only. So if you have problem with your email, try to rectify the problem as fast as you can. But by the end of the week, by next week, basically I will clean up all of the email, personal email, Gmail that is not under UITM email or student email. Okay, please do that. So later on after this, the moment you rectify all the problem, make sure you come in and join my class also using UiTM email. Okay, so basically this is about the Herzberg two-factor theory. If we are talking about you are the student, Basically, the motivation factors are the individual motivation factors. The hygiene factors refers to the environment you are in. For example, like the university environment, the facilities for your teaching and learning, lab, probably computer lab, probably library, colleges, and so on. So basically, those are the hygiene factors for student. Okay, this is the last theory that we are going to look at, which is the Douglas McGregor theory X and theory Y. So theory X says that employee dislike work and job responsibility and will avoid work if possible, where theory Y says that employees are willingly to work and prefer more responsibility. So same thing in every environment. If you are the student dislike whatever you do and the responsibility of the student and will avoid work if possible. Will avoid any assessment if possible. Ada tak? Ada. Every semester I face this problem. Every semester I face student who refuse to participate, especially in group assignment. This semester, I would like to remind you that only 20%. 20% of your assessment come from individual assignment, which is test. The remaining of 80% come from group assignment. If your group doesn't work, if you don't participate, basically nobody knows. Please make sure that you participate with your team. Especially, I can find there are students that registered in the group but not belong to that particular faculty. Okay. Like, for example, AP 12058, they are students from CS2. And also, there are some AS students that have AP student too. And also, there are some students who carry ENT300, probably some problem before this. And now, there are like one or two students that belong to the individual group. And please combine. Jadi, regardless of who you are, what you are, if you have friend, if you don't have friend, make sure you fulfill your commitment. Don't avoid yourself to participate in group assignment. Whatever need to be done, please do. And to the group that have team members who don't participate, please let me know. Because I had experience where I receive reports from student. This particular student don't participate. I'll make a call. I will have meeting. If I satisfy the student who are not participate, I will fail. I think fair enough for everybody. So please make sure each and individual student belong to theory Y, not in theory X. So as a student, you are willing to work hard, and you love to have the responsibility, and you love to fulfill the responsibility. Same thing. For the assignment one, everybody are the entrepreneur. Everybody. Every single one of you actually is the entrepreneur at this moment. For 1 month, 4 weeks, all of you are entrepreneur. So, are you belong to theory X or are you belong to theory Y? Some of you belong to theory Y. Majority of you belong to theory X. But regardless of like it or don't like it, at the end of the day, you have to fulfill the goal. Please sell, I told you, please sell minimum one product. Minimum one product. You can have the option to sell harum manis, in which you have higher income, and you have the option also to sell the harum manis product, lower income, but you can fulfill your ENT 300 assignment. Okay, now we move to the personal entrepreneurial competency or PEC. So key characteristics should be possessed by successful entrepreneur and it required to perform entrepreneurial function effectively. And McBeer and McLeod in 1985 have listed 13 entrepreneurial competency that must be possessed. So the first one come from here, okay? 13 altogether. First one is initiative. meaning that each of the entrepreneur must have their own initiative to do what they need to do. That's why to become the entrepreneur, you have to be creative. You have to be creative. If you have problem, and what next? If you cannot do this, is there any other way? If there are some issue, how to solve the issue? If the process is too long, how to make it short? If the product is too competitive, how to make it different? So basically, to have that, to always find ways, to sell the product, basically it requires your own initiative. If you are willing to think further, if you have problem, you stop. Then you don't have the initiative. If you have problem, you think, you see as the opportunity for you to grow, then do. Then you will have the initiative. Second one, see and act on opportunity. Only entrepreneurs can see opportunities around you. Majority of people will just complain. Oh, we have problem lah. This assignment is so difficult. Why do we have to take ENT 300? Let tell our parent that university asks us to do this. Let viral says that the lecturer asks us to do what is not so necessary. It is normal. But if you see this as the opportunity, regardless of you don't like at all the entrepreneurship activities, you don't like, but try once, experience yourself once, give yourself chance once for you to become the entrepreneur at minimum for this matter. Okay, so as an entrepreneur, even as a student, you are not only looking for the what we call, it's not necessarily for you to become the entrepreneur, for you to to see and act on opportunity. Those who have the entrepreneurial thinking, okay, you can always see and act on opportunities regardless of what environment you are in. That's why each of student of ENT of UITM have to go through ENT 300. Has to go through ENT. Kalau ambil ENT 300 at diploma level pun, you still have to take ENT 300 at degree level. Sama je. Okay? Tak boleh lari dan tak ada PC, tak ada pengecualian kredit pun. You have to take another time. Why is that so? Because each student, not only we prep yourself to become the entrepreneur if you want, meaning that you will have a freedom, tied yourself to the employment. What if there is no employment opportunity? What will you do? So I said to you that entrepreneurship is probably one of the way out for you to get the income. And many people, especially non-business student who are successful in this business world. Sama juga, Khairul Amin pun bukannya daripada business student. Dia daripada engineering. And those who are from sciences, SNT, STEM, are all the good potential of becoming the entrepreneurs as compared to business student. Okay, persistent. Persistent is important in any kind of what we call, whoever you are. You're a student, you are entrepreneurs, you are the employee, you are parent, you are daughter, you are granddaughters. You have to be persistent. Persistent meaning that regardless of how difficult it is, you will still keep doing. In our life, there are times where we feel it. Why is it so difficult? You keep doing it, repeat it multiple times, and still you fail. Up to a point where you keep thinking, when will I pass this test? Or when can I proceed? I stuck at the certain level. But that is the beauty of becoming a Muslim, in which that Allah never reward you with what you achieve. What do you achieve? But Allah will reward you based on your doing, based on what you do. What you do is persistent. Keep repeating the same thing until your success is persistent. Okay? Information seeking. Information is very important. Information seeking will lead to knowledge. Those who have a good knowledge will do things better. Some ulama, some Islamic scholars says, if we do something without knowledge, basically you will get lost. That's sad. Or if you are doing something without knowledge, at the end of the day, you will put yourself in trouble. And to get knowledge, it comes from information seeking. Information seeking probably in a formal way or probably in informal way, probably from your own experience and probably from other people's experience. So basically, as student, as the entrepreneur, you wanted to become the entrepreneur later, and even as a student too, you should be able to allow yourself to understand, open your heart for a new knowledge every day. Okay? If you say, for example, you keep looking at the social media and it coming out something you don't like, it coming out with all the social recognition, it come out with the what we call fake illusion success provided by social media. Actually, social media is not fault. It's not the fault of the social media. It's your fault. Because whatever content that you have from the social media come from your own search. If you keep searching a good thing in the social media, all the incoming come to your wall, come through your apa tu reel and so on and so forth, all come from whatever you search. It's very easy to find if it is very easy for you to understand if you are a good people or the kind of people that is not good. If your social media keep coming something good, meaning you search for something good, your WhatsApp, you discuss about something good, whatever you search from every social media are things that is good. If, for example, whatever coming to you are not good, there are some issues, those particular topic you already discussed, probably in your social media with your friend, probably also through WhatsApp, probably also through Telegram, probably also through Messenger. Whatever you said, whatever you discuss, this minute, 5 minutes later, it will come out in your screen through the wall. So basically, it's very, very easy to identify why my screen it always like this, why my work it coming all the negative thing. Because of we ourselves who search using that particular device all the bad negative thing. Therefore, your reel will come up with all negative thing. So this is information seeking. After that, we have what you call the systematic planning. Systematic planning meaning to say you have to plan ahead of what you need to do. Meaning, we plan, it doesn't mean that it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you plan so good but still fail. That is where your persistence must come. And plan again. Why planning is required so that you understand what is the next step to do and what you had done before. So that if you have anything, if some obstacle you cannot move forward, sometimes you have to step backward to move again. It may only come from systematic planning. You don't plan properly, it kind of difficult for you to understand of your next step, especially when you have problem. Tambah pula if you are the entrepreneur, because you must remember as an entrepreneur, you are the provider to your employee. And then efficiency orientation. Efficiency is talking about cutting out the process, make it short, but at the same time, do not jeopardize the quality. Still high quality, shorter time. So whatever we do in our life, this is what we want. This is what we want. So efficiency for each individual is different. Some people born with the talent. Some people must learn the talent. Some people must learn from various mistakes. Only you will become efficient. So whatever it is in our life, we have to make sure that we are always efficient. Then to do that, we need to see all of this. You don't have this, basically how to become efficient. If we don't know what efficient is, how to become efficient? So you must understand um the terminology or your definition of efficient for yourself. Your efficient, your term efficient for yourself may not be efficient for someone else. Because everybody, every single of us will work or will be different from one another. So when you become the entrepreneur, you should have this, but at the same time, you should be remembered that everybody is different. Okay. Commitment to work contract, meaning that the moment we have what we need, the moment we have our work. We sign. Macam like you already signed to become the student. You have to fulfill all your commitment. You have to come to class. You have to do your assignment. You have to submit your assignment. You have to go to test. You have to go to lab. You have to go to computer lab. You have to go for AP student. You have to go to field work. You have to go and measure all whatever that you have to do. So basically, those are the commitment. You sign for it, so you get it. So basically, like us, we sign ourselves um as a daughter or the son of our parent. Indirectly, we sign because Allah already blessed us as the daughter or the son of our parent. So we have our commitment to our parent. We have our commitment to our sibling. We born Islam or probably other religion. We are committed to our religion. So basically, those are the commitment. That's why in chapter 1 it says that Islam is a way of life. There is no separation between Islam and whatever you do daily. The commitment always the same, only that the context of what you do probably different, but the commitment essence has to be there. Maintaining high quality of work. I would like to remind you once again, because we are now like studying. Okay, you are doing lots of group work. Regardless of that, tak kisah macam mana pun, try to give the highest quality you can. Okay. Sama juga as an entrepreneur, sometimes you have to go through lots of difficulties. We can see that macam ada few companies yang daripada besar, daripada banyak cawangan, finally dia kena close few cawangan to maintain, to ensure that some of the staff still can have work. Okay, the business still on. So basically, regardless of if it is shrinking or if it is growing, basically, macam mana pun, you still have to maintain the high quality of work. Same as student, you probably have less subject. You probably have more subject depending on how do you go through your plan pengajian. But regardless of what, you have to make sure that all your assessment must be at the highest quality that you can give. Problem solving. Problem solving is another pack. Okay, competency. There you have to learn to solve problem, or some people have talented to solve problem. Not everybody have this. If you are not talented, meaning you have to learn. You have to learn. And then you must learn how to solve problem once. After that, repeating and do better. Sebab kita nak efficiency. Third time you solve problem, patutnya your efficiency level is higher. Because you understand more. Self-confident. Self-confident, dia very different from arrogant. Self-confident sometimes looks the same, but it is different. When we are talking about self-confident, meaning um you know what you are doing. You understand why you are doing that. You know if you have some problem, okay, if you have some problem, you know how to handle it. If you have all this kind of quality, basically, sekejap Yeah. Okay. Self-confident meaning that you understand of what you do. The moment you have the knowledge, you have the knowledge of certain thing, you don't have problem to what we call, you don't have problem to stand ataupun to defend your idea, even though some other people may say it differently. That's why as an entrepreneur, normally they will always take a different path from others. Kita nampak macam dah kenapa macam orang bodoh je dia ni kan. But actually no. There are, and in order for them to go and do it alone, meaning that that particular person already have the knowledge, already have this. See, semua ni dia dah ada. That's why they are confident to do it. The reason why you're not confident simply because you don't believe in yourself. You feel like you don't know a lot of things. You feel like if anything happen, then how do I supposed to do? If all those questions have back in your mind, basically you will not have self-confidence. And then after that, we have what I call the assertiveness. Assertiveness ni, you are able to stand up for your own right, for other people right, but at the same time in a calm and positive way. In a calm and positive way. Jadi, if we are looking at certain issues in the social media, we can see some people just throw the idea straight away, like orang kata apa, bagi hukum. Oh, orang ni macam ni, orang tu macam tu. This is not good, this is not bad. Padahal belajar pun tak setara mana kan. Jadi ustaz netizen. But, assertiveness meaning, if you are looking at certain thing, you are not straight away like, you are not straight away looking at that as a negative way. Looking at that at the negative way. And second thing is that you are able to stand on your own, to stand with the idea, to stand with by the other people's side that you believe is right. So this is not something yang orang kata apa is easy. Meaning, if you reach this level, semua level ni awak dah achieve, then you will become this. Persuasion. Persuasion ni daripada perkataan persuasive. Persuasive ni dia macam memujuk. So, meaning to say, this persuasion sebenarnya also, student also have this. Dekat mana? Dekat your assignment. When you submit your assignment, you are discussing your idea and so on. You are actually in the process of persuasion. You try to persuade me, saying that I understand of what need to be done, and this is how I explain it. Persuasion. Jadi, in entrepreneur also, this part mesti ada. Kalau tidak, how are you going to make people believe that your product is good? Sama juga. With the assignment one, you are selling the product harum manis. Like it or not, actually you already have this. You are trying to persuade your customer saying that this product is good. This product is different. You must taste it. You must taste it. Maksudnya you dah ada process of persuasion. And then after that, use of influence strategy. Yang ni sebenarnya paling banyak sekali kita pakai. Which is that in entrepreneur, sometimes it is not about how do you do it. Sometimes it also about who do you know. How do you do it is one thing. Who do you know is another thing. Because sometimes, kalau misal kata in business world, for us to sell a product pun dia ada 6 step. Okay, dia ada 6 step for you to sell a product. Jadi one of the step tu ialah you must understand the decision maker. Siapa yang akan buat decision? Siapa yang buat keluar duit? Jadi, when we are talking about influence strategies, meaning if we wanted to sell, we will sell to the decision maker. And even better if you can sell to someone who can decide to purchase, to pay for you or to pay for money. So basically that is the use of influence strategy. So sama juga dengan yourself. So basically some of student you perasan when you turn in the assignment, some assignment looks very good, some assignment very messy, some good assignment have less content, but some of the messy assignment, the discussion is very good. But if you put it together on the table between the messy and the well organized assignment, definitely people will look at the um, the one that have a very well documented. For example, kita takkan tengok yang messy walaupun kontennya bagus. Jadi, to have a well organized document, yang tu adalah influence strategy. Okay, in summary, high achievement of motivation is necessary to be a successful entrepreneur. Therefore, entrepreneur need to have a clear goal. In the early stage of developing the business, entrepreneur must be highly motivated to face the risk of starting the enterprise. So, coming back, this whole summary of what we covered today in a student life, the entrepreneurial spirit that we can adapt from this is that all of the pack competency of a person, each of the individual, you must have. I encourage and urge you to have this entrepreneurial spirit embedded in your daily life. Even if you not become the entrepreneur, all the personal competency is important for us for us to live our life every day. Trust me, you need it so badly. So basically, we already covered all the theories. Theory also can be associated to your individual life as the student, and also can be applied in the entrepreneurial world. So basically, I think that's all that I'm going to cover today. I will stop recording first. We will have discussion later. Sekejap, eh. Okay, now